Hi guys, I'm back on. I actually made the font bigger for Facebook because I couldn't see you before at all. So now I can see you. Yeah, welcome back. Sorry, I didn't realize it was taken. So I had to make coffee, and then Bill was telling me about the SS thing we were doing in the basement, and he was saying he was just telling me everything that I was saying because I knew what I was saying, but I didn't know what the questions you guys were answering. And I was just like, oh my God. He goes, yeah, he was saying this, and everybody was saying something's behind me, and then it was saying behind you, and he was just telling me he was just probably one of the best, like one of the SSS movies ever done because it was crazy. And so I can't actually wait to go home and watch that. He said that people were saying there was something behind me, and I'm like, oh my God. So I didn't feel right down there at all. I just didn't feel, I felt like something was like hitting my back, but I didn't want to say anything to him. I don't know. And then he said that's when the one light was going off on the side. But hi guys. So now I have TikTok and Facebook on, and finally I'm using Facebook. I'm using my old phone to do it because there's internet here. So it's funny, no sound. You should have sound. Yeah, I made the font bigger so I can actually read it because I could not read it at all. I mean, at all. Okay, everybody else hears me, huh? You want to smell the books? Oh, they've been here for a really, really long time. So you see all the books here. Let me turn you around here. So I'm in the library. So, but I figured I would show you guys, sorry, I will show you guys around the house again for some of you who didn't see it. And I said to Bill, let's go back in the basement. Just to see if we could do that again. I asked him if he wanted to do it, and he didn't tell me yes or no yet. So, but yeah, because that was crazy. And listening to, because I usually do the Phasm box when we did the necrophonics, I could hear everything was so clear. I guess the other one has an echo, the Phasma box, but the necrophonics, that was so ungodly clear. And I don't know if it's just because the spirits were speaking to us down there, but I don't know. It was insane down there. He was telling me, he says, wait till you see it. But I'm not going to watch it until I go home because I might not want to go back down there because he said it was kind of, it was answering to a T. The soldiers saying it was union. And when I said union, I thought of like you know, like a plumber's union, like a carpenter's. I didn't even think soldiers. But that's just me. You know, I don't know what you guys are asking. So it's going to be fun. So it's been really quiet except for that basement part. But again, this house doesn't get active till about 4 a.m. And usually that's when everybody goes to bed here. But this room is one of the active ones. But I haven't gotten much in this room, the library. But this is where the parents used to sleep. So, yeah, but we'll see what we get tonight. Like I said, the basement was really good. Soon I went down there, the lights started flickering. And the REM pods were going off. But I could hear usually in the basement. I haven't heard any of the REM pods going off. So I'm just going to take you a walk around so you guys can see it. I'm going to flip this camera around. And so you guys can see. If you guys can just, you know, the likes. Let me see. I can't see. TikTok for some reason got the strangest thing you have to click just to turn the whole thing around. I don't get it. Why can't they make it easy where you just tap the screen and it turns? Okay, so I'll put it on here. So again, I showed you this here is the library, and I'll show you because some people don't really know about this house too much. A book fell off over here somewhere. Fell off on the floor one day. And some other investigators had books here that fell off. But I found for me personally, if that was mine, I wouldn't put it on. I wouldn't have used as evidence because that could have just kind of fell off the shelf or hanging off. See how that book's kind of hanging off right here? That could easily just fall off if I moved a little. So I don't know how the other book looked, but I don't know. To me, it wasn't paranormal, and if I don't believe it's paranormal, I would never post it as paranormal. But that's just me. Everybody is different. This is the one spot of the house what's called the seance room. This is my favorite spot. I just like sitting here. I don't know why. I can sit here all day and just sit here. I just love it. I don't know. There's a fake Annabelle doll. There's my fake Annabelle doll. But yeah, this is the original mirror from the house, obviously. And Carl Johnson, if people don't know him, he was the first paranormal ghost person to come here to help the parents. And when he came here, he said he looked in this mirror and he saw himself as a child or like a younger person. He was older. So he said it really freaked him out. So, but this is, one of the, this is a really old mirror. You can tell by looking at it, you can see how it's like it's not dirty. That's how the mirror is. So every time I come here, I always take pictures in this mirror because I just think it's creepy. And it's old. So that wasn't here before. That was purchased. I know that because and of course those Ouija boards have been here as long as they've owned this house. And there's my Annabelle. And there's their Annabelle. So, okay. And there's their kitchen set there. Okay, so this is all the, the one, they come in here to sign stuff. And I want to point something out, which I think is really funny. I want to see if you can see me on here. Okay, so one night when we were here, it wasn't a long time, a couple months ago, something happened where we went out this door here, and this here, I don't know if you can see me, this locked from the inside. This is the only way it can lock is this turn here. That's it. Well, we went outside to take a picture at 3 a.m. This got locked. We got locked out of this house. So one of the girls had to get in the window because they didn't want to wake up one of the caregivers. So if you see right here, this one's from me. I felt so bad, but we didn't want to, because I knew the guy, we didn't want to wake him up. So, but yeah, that was for me because, they locked us out of the house here. And you see, this doesn't have a key. This is just an old door. This, you have to undo this. So when we closed the door a little bit, we went to come back in, this went snap and locked us out of the house. So yeah, so number 12 is because of me. I just make a joke of it. It's not a joke, but I just think it's funny. So this is the steps that go upstairs. So there's 2 rooms. I don't know if you can see. It's dark right here, but there's a door there that goes into where I guess the merchandise is. But that right there, you can go in there, and there's an outhouse there from back in the day, and there's also a patio where they see a lot of like black apparitions there. But of course, we can't go in there because the merchandise is in there. But usually, it always would stay open because they knew us and we wouldn't steal anything. But yeah, now it's closed. We can't go in there to show you that stuff there. This is the steps here. We'll go up here. I like these steps better than the other ones, and I'll show you why. They're very steep. So this is the middle sisters' rooms here. Here they are here. So I know a couple times, people laid in this bed and they heard scratching in the wall there. Not to say it could have been something in the wall and animal-wise, but all night long they were awake because they could not go to sleep because they said there's something in the wall over here. I slept in this bed once, maybe. I think it was once. I didn't hear anything, but everybody that I know that sleeps in this bed says they hear stuff all night long. So this was the side of the house, the original house. That's why there's a window here. This was added on later. So that's the reason why there's a window here. This is the first part of the house, or it was a barn type thing for the animals. So, but that's why the window is still there. And this, if I remember correctly, was the youngest child. And this is what they said that the entity used to literally shake the bed. The doors used to come open and closed. A lot of bad stuff here. This is where the one sister would hear 7 dead soldiers in the wall constantly. So this area is pretty active usually. The first night that I was here, which was a really long time ago, we were like one of the first people to come here because we were asked to come because we met the one guy online. He said he needed people to come here to investigate. So we came. I laid here and that light was flickering on and off. If you ever saw the Ghost Adventures where the light was flickering, it was just like that. That did happen. But so the light flickered on and off, and I laid on the one side staring at that door because I felt like something was going to come out of that door. I was like terrified. I didn't want to be here. But there was only 3 of us. There was me, another girl who was behind me, and then John, who was a caregiver, was downstairs. So it was insane. These doors here, they say they open. Actually, I was taking a picture of this doll. That doll on the left is not mine. The one on the right is. It's a REM pod. But that little old doll I thought was cute. And I thought, let me take a little video of her when I first came up the steps for TikTok. And as I was taking the video, this door started to open. So I'll show you where I was. I have the video, but I have to really look at it because Bill thinks it might just be the video itself. The doll was sitting there, and I was kind of filming it like this. And I saw the door in the back. You see how on the left-hand side, the second door, the first door, I should say, little kitty paws, it would open up. I couldn't see the white part. So, I mean, I guess I could have done that. I have to see it, but it was just really weird as soon as I got up here that did that. Let's see here. So that's that doll. That happened as soon as we got here. What else is up here I can show you? So again, they said that those doors open up. I was thinking about sitting in this room and just sitting there and doing absolutely nothing in the dark. But then if I was on a live, you guys couldn't see me anyway. So, I mean, I don't know. I'm thinking about it. I've done it before, sat in that room and sat in the dark and equipment would go off and people thought I was nuts doing it. But hey, if it shows anything. So I did this thinking if the entity that's here isn't like human in a nice way, if it was more of a I wouldn't say demonic, but if it was more of a negative spirit, it might not like that. So that's why I have my crucifix. And it's a very old crucifix. It actually has that stuff in there in the back of it. People know what that is. But that's my phone going next to it. But so far nothing happened with that. Okay, this is a little hole. They say the child's in here, but you can't really see in here. Okay. Where is the light here? I know I turned off the light earlier because somebody said turn off the light. Hold on. So this was Andrea's, supposedly this was Andrea's room. So when I first came here that first night, I have a recording of that ball. It wasn't that ball, but it was a ball, a softball, just like that, flying off the radiator. And I actually got that on video. And that's what everybody sees a lot of that video of that ball rolling on the floor here. It comes right around here and it goes around there. The bed wasn't here at the time, but it kind of goes over that way. So if you always see that video, that was actually mine. So I recorded it. So that ball was there and I was sleeping right there. And you actually see me kind of look around, but you don't see it on the like the TV shows. They just show the ball rolling, but I kind of look around and be like, huh, what was that? And I wasn't getting out of bed to figure out what that noise was. But yeah, that ball went flying, and that was I would say 5:30, 6 o'clock in the morning. That happened. So I would say around 4 to 6. See? Hello. How are you? So you like that 4 or 6 o'clock, don't you? I'm about 10 feet away from that, so it's not me doing that. Can you do that again? I want you to light that whole thing up if you're still here. Come on. So am I right? Around 4 o'clock, you like to come around 6 o'clock and bother people? Can you tell me that again? See, now if that was my phone, it would go off as soon as I would move, and it's not. That definitely was something over there. And it did earlier, too, when we were up here talking about the same exact thing. It went off when I said about the ball coming off of there. And then when I sat down to talk to it, the damn thing didn't do a thing. I'm like, oh, come on, just do it again. Just do it again. And it won't do it. And when I walk away is when it usually wants to communicate. But the guy who used to, he used to be the caregiver here. He has like a little elf REM pod, and it was on the floor there. And then we were about to leave, and we were just taking pictures of where the ball was. And this was like right before we left, like 7, 8 o'clock. And what's it called? The REM pod was going on constantly when we were trying to leave. Then we would come back and talk to it, and it would stop. We would come back and forth, back and forth. It went on for a while. But yeah, let me see if it does it again. Like, I'm far away from this sucker, so I'm not even near it. Hey, come on. Can you light that up again for me? I saw you do it. Everybody saw you do it. So what time are you going to come back? So if I tell you a time that you're going to be more active, can you light that up for me? So 4 o'clock, 4 a.m. Will you be active at 4 a.m.? How about 5 a.m.? So it's 6 a.m., huh? No? Do you remember throwing that ball off the radiator? Are you still here? I don't know if it's still here or not. Okay, well, you saw a little bit of it. That's like the second time I did that when we were talking about the ball being thrown. That was the first time I was here and that ball was thrown off of there. And then the second time I was here, I was sitting, that's when they had the bed, and I was sitting on the bed, and I'm thinking, you know what? Nothing happened all night long. I'm really disappointed. I said, this really sucks. And I'm thinking that in my head. Well, there was a chair sitting right next to that second window, and that's where my phone was. It was attached to I don't know if you can see the plug on the ground. It was attached to the plug, and literally my phone went flying. And with the plug and all, and it landed right about here. So that far, it got thrown right in front of me, and I just stood there like, holy shit. And my camera that was recording was sitting right there on the table. And guess what? It was dead, so it didn't catch it, of course. But my phone was cracked. And I screamed for the people that were with us in the other room behind me to come in and take a picture of it. I didn't want to move. And they took a picture of it and they gave it to me. But yeah, it threw my phone right in front of me. Right in front of me. So this thing is definitely intelligent. It is definitely intelligent. And it knows. And it doesn't, I don't know. A lot of people think it's not human, but not human meaning it's an entity. It's some kind of an entity that's demonic. It could be from the, like an elemental. They say this area is really full of aliens, which I wish they never told me that, but they say it's full of aliens. So I used to go outside a lot and do lives outside because there's a big, right out this window actually, there's a bunch of rocks, like in a formation that kind of looks like, they said like a portal. I went out there the last time I was here and I was listening to headphones with like an EVP recorder, and you guys couldn't hear it, but I was live. Then all of a sudden I hear something running up to me. I don't see anything, and I'm like freaking out because I thought it was a bear. Everybody's laughing on me online, and I could hear it running around me, but nobody else could hear it. And I didn't like it. I came in the house. I haven't been out there since. It just freaked me out because I can't explain what that I heard. I have it recorded. I can't explain it. So here's a handprint of a child. So this here is that horse hair or whatever that hair they used to put on walls. So I guess before they it dried, somebody put their handprint on there. So that's from the 1700s, somewhere in that area. So I always thought that was kind of cool. Just wanted to show you. Okay, and these are the steps. These are why I don't go down these steps. They're really, really, I don't know how to explain it, but they're really, they move, I guess you would say, and they kind of have an indentation, but there's really nowhere to hold on to get down there until you get down to like the 4th step. Yeah, I'm not breaking my neck today. Nope, I'm not gonna be here with crooked neck. Okay, let's go back down here. I'll show you the basement. So that's the second time that Paralight went off tonight. And we were up here for, I'll say about a half hour, trying to get him to put that thing back off, and it didn't work. Now, for people who weren't watching, we were in the basement. I was by myself, and the lights started flickering on and off. And we caught that too. Okay, I go down these way because these steps are easier. The other steps, I always bang my head. Actually, you know what? I'll take it down the other way. Let me take it down the other way. Just because the other steps, they're kind of like from the Conjuring movie. It's all creepy and shit, and you can hit your head, and you got snake skins hanging. Yeah, it's crazy. I just don't like the steps because I always trip down them, and I always smack my head. See, these are the steps right here. They're very, I don't know, I just don't like them. Okay, this is, so you remember the movie when she was sitting here and the steps and the lights go off? That didn't happen, but this is, it kind of represents it a little bit. And I actually sat here one night for about 45 minutes trying to capture that video picture type thing with the what do you call it? Let's make some funky ass plates here. Hold on for a second. I need to put a light on here because for some reason the lights are off. Give me 1 second. I just have to find a stupid ass light on here. Just because of the crazy activity we had down here today, I'm walking here in the dark. I'm not scared. I just don't want nothing coming at me when it's fucking dark and I can't see it. You know what? Let me try it. I don't see the light in here. Hopefully I won't. Facebook, I'm just going to click out real fast and come right back in. Light. Okay. I didn't lose them. Oh, the light didn't stay on. Never mind. That didn't even work. Okay. So that's the REM pod that was going off. That was the light that was flickering on and off. Okay, and this is where we were doing an SS session right here. I was sitting in the middle, and Bill was sitting here. Can't see it, but he had the thermal on me. So that's me walking up. I can't see because this thing, it's censored all the way around it. Okay. So you can see it there. That's where I was doing the SS session, and it was insane. Like, I didn't know what you guys were asking, and Bill said it answered to a T. So we'll see. Okay. And this is the well. Now they said there's a story of a kid drank some kind of tranquilizer for the horse, fell in the well. That's the first time I've ever heard that in the 3 years I've been here, but I don't know. I guess they can find that stuff out. And this here, like I was telling people earlier, you don't have to have thousands of dollars of equipment. That is a Halloween sensor. It plays Ghostbusters and has it pointing down towards the well. So if anything moves or anything, I guarantee if I go over, the reflection will set it off. But like again, like it's $20. It's not that expensive. You know what I mean? So you don't have to have expensive equipment all the time. Stuff like this works. Let me see if it does it. See? I walked up next to it. But it's pointing down. So if we know that goes off, you know something's near that well. So, like I said, you don't have to have expensive stuff. It works. And again, I show you guys this every time I come here. That's the crooked neck the kids drew. That used to be a daycare here. So that's it. That's where they would see it. We actually caught the crooked neck on a SLS camera. But we don't use the SLS that much. That's the front of it. But we do when we bring it here, but I didn't bring it this time. Like I said, yeah, only thing I tell people when I used to work at Penn, they always would say, what's the best equipment? I said, your phone. Your phone will capture if you see something and you hear something. All you need is a phone. That's it. I mean, all this other stuff is just fun stuff to kind of like, verify. But you know what? Everybody wants to capture it and hear it. So if that's all you need is a phone, it's all you need. Let me put this Phasma box on while I'm down here. Let's see. Not the Phasma box, the Geoport. Hold on. And this thing is, I'm sorry, my nose is like completely running. They have Christmas plug in here that has like Christmas tree smell. I'm highly allergic to it. As soon as I walk in here, I couldn't breathe, I couldn't talk. It's not their fault. They had no idea. I just unplugged it, but I'm having a hard time breathing. My asthma is so bad with anything tree related. Okay, let me turn this guy on. Again, this is really loud, guys, so I have to play with it for a couple of minutes. Now, the reason I like to use this one down here, because there's no radio down here. So whatever words come out, there ain't no radio signal down here. So I'm going to stick this right here. Can you tell me who's down here? Let me turn this up. Sometimes I have to play the switches in the back to make it. Can you say how? Hey, who's down here? Can you say hello? Well, that's loud. Crooked neck, are you down here? It just said what? Yeah, supposedly. Oh yeah, I can't listen to that noise. Supposedly, Sam and Cody, they said something, I guess, when I was doing the SS session down here. And I guess when somebody asked about Sam and Cody, Bill said I said idiots or something like that. I don't know. I should send that to them. Yeah, supposedly, I guess the spirits didn't like them too much here. Oh yeah, I don't know if I can listen to this. Yeah, last time it wasn't this bad. Move it over here. Let's go by the well. That high-pitched sound, I can't deal with that. It was so loud. Set that off. Yeah, I'm not gonna listen to this. I'm gonna go upstairs with the other one. It just said leave. Get out. It's very dim. You can hear it though. And that's funny because when we were doing the SS session, that's all it said. Yeah, I know. It sounds like, yeah, I'm turning this off. It's so loud. It's setting that off. Okay. I'll go upstairs and get a different box. There we go. Yeah, it's entirely too loud. Okay, I'm going to leave you guys here if you want to just look. I'll leave you here. I'm going to grab the my other phone that's charging that has the necrophonics. Because that was actually pretty good down here. Yeah, you afraid of no ghosts? A Ghostbusters toy. I bought one for my grandson and I'm buying one for myself, and I just put it in my equipment because it works pretty well for $20. I'll be right back. Just watch down here. So if lights go off, and I'm just going to grab the necrophonics. I'll be right back. Okay, so I can't find my phone. So I do have the Phasma box. So I don't know where my phone is. Probably upstairs in the. I have no idea. Okay, let's sit here. See, that light flickers back on and off again. Okay, so I'm gonna turn the Phasma box on. Just give it a sec. I have to turn it on. I'm gonna sneeze again. Sorry, because I just went upstairs. Oh. What was the knocking? I don't know what the knocking was. Unless you heard me walking down the steps. You might have heard me walking down the steps. Okay. So again, this is the conjuring basement, the scary basement, where a lot of shit does go down in here. Like a lot. I'm not gonna lie. You know, I said there's a couple places that I find that are extremely haunted. This is one of them. I know some people come here and they don't get nothing, but I also think that they don't stay here long enough, or they don't wait until that morning time, like I say, where it happens. Yeah, I'll leave that off. But again, that's just me because I've been here for so long. I know what times this stuff starts. Like when we first get here, I don't really investigate that much because I know it's going to start at 4 o'clock in the morning. Okay. I'm sorry, guys. My allergies are really bad. Just trying to turn this on. Come on. So again, the conjuring basement. I'm going to put the Phasma box on. It's a voice box system that ghosts can manipulate to talk to. And I'm just waiting for it to boot up. And I don't know what YouTuber. I don't know if it was that Cody guy, the Sam and Cody people. I don't know, because I don't watch TV too much or YouTube. So this is where they said they call it an entity peeking out of that corner. I think it was them. I'm not sure. I know they showed, Corey and Jen showed me the clip. I just don't know where you know, who it was. But I thought it was Cody and Sam. I could be totally wrong though. Totally wrong. Okay, so I'm gonna put the box on now. It's finally on. Okay, Crooked Neck, you down here now? Who's down here? Oh, they got a picture of the thermal? I didn't know that. Vincent. That's a first. So I'm inside the trip thingy, so I should actually turn this against me, but I was kind of hoping we'll get that light going on and off again. Can you set something off if you're down here? Because I know you're down here. You don't like women, do you? Nope. Why don't you like women? Are you a woman? I have no idea who Vincent is. Tell me who you are. If you think it's saying something, just put it on the screen so I can kind of see what a waste it said. Did that light just flicker? Something flickered. I don't know if it's behind me or in front of me. Come on, say hello. Make something happen down here. I'm all by myself. You. Come on, I'm all by myself down here.
It's like looking.
Something about, that's why we're looking. Can you knock on something?
It left on heat. Sort of.
I don't know, they left on something. See, with the movie, they said that it was Bathsheba that was taking this, who's a witch. I don't think it's Bathsheba at all. At all. She owned the land at one time, so did her husband. I think it's something that was never born, something that was formed on this land, meaning an elemental. So that's what I believe, and I've said that from day one since I've been here. But when I was here earlier and said that it smelled like rotten fish, it really did. And it actually worried me because I'm like, okay, that's not good. When you have like that nasty smell like that, that's something evil. And I didn't like that. Oh, this fucker just went off again. That just went off. So that means something's behind me. Who's here?
People.
People? What people? Here, I'll face it this way so you guys can see me a little bit. So if something comes behind me, you'll see, but I can't read what you're saying. What people are here? Can you do me a favor? Can you come up against this light here? Just come towards me. Don't touch me, but come towards me. Can you do that? Just come towards me so I can see which way you're coming from. Come on.
Listen, Dad.
Are you coming? Yep. Okay, well, where are you? Just don't touch me, though. You can come up next to me, but don't you touch me. You have no permission to touch me at all. Come on, just come up next to me. I don't know what that said. The tired I get, the more I can't understand these. And so I watch it back and listen. Are you still here?
That's why.
Someone said that's why. So it's funny because when I was here earlier, I was telling Bill my back hurts like right up here and like in the middle to over here. And I can say the whole time I'm sitting there, I was like, it was hurting. It's starting to hurt again. And it's right this side and this over here, but in my back. And I thought maybe it's just I'm sitting down here, it's cold down here. No, it's just happening. It's doing it again. Are you touching my back? Are you making my back hurt? I don't know if it said, it sounded like it said hurry up. Who's down here? You see what time it is? Okay, so it's 3 o'clock. So technically when people say it's 3 o'clock, it's like that the realm is like really low. But I said usually it's 4 o'clock it starts here. So the activity should start. What time do you like better, 3 or 4 o'clock? Can you tell me? Now it's completely quiet. It said son of a bitch. Crooked Neck, you down here?
Triple R.
I'm in the dark, it said. What part of the dark are you in? Can you come out and show yourself? Complete silence. Where's the little boy that's here? The little boy drowned?
Where's the dog?
The horse did that. Did you hear that? The horse did that. So they said that the little boy drowned because he drank some kind of tranquilizer for the horse. And he drowned. The horse used to be right here. I don't know if you can see me. I don't know where that camera's pointing. The horse used to be right here. And on the next spot is where the well is. That was really weird. It said the horse did that. Because at first I'm like, I never heard that story. And that's so weird it said that. Who was the little boy's name that drowned? What was his name? I couldn't make that out. What was the little boy's name? If he did drown here because of the horse, what was his name?
Do you have a lot of really?
I can't. How about you tell me, what color was the horse? Do you know that? What color was the horse?
Could be.
I don't know if you guys are making anything out. I don't know. It's really boring tonight. I really thought you, Cricket Neck, would come after me tonight. Or at least try to do something. Usually you pull my hair down here, you do something. Not gonna do anything tonight. I'm all by myself. Not gonna do anything? It is very quiet. I'm gonna flip this around the other way so you guys can see you're not staring at me the whole time. I don't know, so I can see if you're hearing anything, because I don't hear shit. None of you, so but none of you people are sleeping tonight. That's pretty good. This one just said, I bet you will. The ghost box said, I bet you will. Okay, is there a kid's voice? Heard a couple times. That was kind of funny. Do I ever get scared? Well, I gotta admit, when we came down here today, I got this really bad feeling. I was setting up these lights down here, and I was by myself, and I came down to show everybody the basement for the first time around, and that light really like flickered, and then the REM pod went off right after that, and I thought Bill was messing with me, turning the light on and off, and I started screaming for him. He came down the steps, and I made him stay down with me, just because I know what this thing could do. I've seen it do it to other people. do it to other people, and if it doesn't like you, it'll keep coming after you. And every time I've come here, I've gotten hit. Like, but it's like around my ankle area and my calf. And the one time I got hit by that, I don't know if you can see that red light right there. That's not an orb, by the way. That's just the lens flare. But right, you see that little red light on the floor there behind the chair? That's where something actually came running up against us, hit my leg. I kind of take it as an animal. I had that happen in a barn too. The barn did that too, and I actually left a huge bruise on my leg. Did it in the middle of a live. I'm like, ow, that hurt.
Do you have any client?
And yeah, left a big bruise on my leg, and didn't realize until the next day, and took a picture and a video of it. So I'm like, this is crazy, because I just kind of, blew it off. There's certain times I get scared, like I was at Waverly Hills not that long ago. I was by myself because Bill couldn't go. We didn't have a dog sitter, and the entities there were coming after me constantly. One hit my leg really hard. I started giggling on a live, and I was nervous. That was a giggle nervous. And then all of a sudden you hear the door open and slam, and then I saw a big black mass come running right in front of me. I'm like, yeah, I'm stuck here, but I have no idea where I'm at. I've never been here. And then something grabbed my neck there. Yeah, so there that was a little crazy there.
The one.
So you're gonna talk to me now? Hey, Crooked Neck, I'm gonna sleep down here tonight.
That was the sort of.
Don't go in this room. I just said I'm gonna sleep.
Priest.
I'm gonna sleep down here tonight. Okay? Would you care? Of course not. Crooked Neck, what are you? Don't ask questions like that. I just said. Can you tell me, were you ever human? It's a simple question, yes or no. Were you ever human? Ask you this, were you ever an angel at one time? I don't believe it's demonic, but I'm just saying. Demonic, they have a whole different thing. They literally attack you all the time. They'll attack you. There's different signs, and I don't feel that in here. I keep on feeling like there's somebody behind me, so I'm going to turn this bitch around. I keep on turning. I'm going to turn it behind me. Keep it up, and I'll tell you what you just said. Except for that rotting fish smell, that bothered me. But that could be... And I was sitting here when I saw that rotten fish, so it smelled like it was coming from this way, not this way. And I haven't smelled it since I've been down here. That light just flickered on. Of course, you're gonna turn the fucking phone around, right? That's me making that go off.
Where?
It said quit. Is any of the Arnold children here? Any of the Arnold children? How about, do you miss the daycare kids that were here? Do you miss play? Do you miss playing with the kids? I do.
Actually,
Actually, and it said something.
Children.
Children. Who owns this house now? I was supposed to see. Can you say that again? Who owns this house? Do you like the new owner? So I know you told me this earlier. What's the name of the dog that lives here now with the new owner? With the new owner?
it's called her clock.
What's the dog's name? The gray one. The big guy or girl. No. Do you remember Ed? Her name is Dot. Her name is Dot, it just said. Her name's Dottie. It said Dottie earlier. I think that's what the kid told me, her name was Dot. I have to ask him in the morning. Do you remember Ed and Lorraine Warren? Sounds good. Who? No. Who's Lorraine? Do you remember they did a seance here? Did you like that? Tell me why you didn't like,
That's sort of.
how come you didn't like Caroline?
Wanted to.
Really, I mean,
I wanted to something. Did you want her dead? So you could have Roger?
Breathed in the.
Hmm. Watch me. I'm waiting for you.
people doing this.
I think Bill's coming down. I hear something walking down the steps. Who's coming? What's his name? It's gotta be Bill. What's his name? What's his name? Oh, maybe that wasn't Bill. It's Bill again. It just said it's Bill again.
Huh?
It just said, hello, mate. It just said it's Bill again. And they're gonna start talking, they don't like me.
No?
It got cold down here.
A little bit.
Oh, wait, I didn't.
Huh?
A little bit.
Hey, well, I'll tell you right now that it's a lot warmer than it was the last couple of times we came here in the winter.
No, definitely.
It actually feels good in here, actually. Down here it's still cold, but usually it's so cold I have to wear a heating jacket. So believe me, I'm not complaining. It feels good in here.
This ain't gonna keep going on. Can I buy it?
With that?
Yeah.
That's okay. I feel like there's something behind me. Do you remember what we said about Cody and Sam? Remember, somebody said that you were asking about him, and I said something. Do you remember what it was?
No, we asked him, do you remember him? He said yes.
Great, Rob.
And I didn't say anything else after that. Somebody said I said something after it.
I don't quite remember.
Okay, I'll watch it. Can you sell off the lights now since Bill's down here?
That was me.
Love archive.
Thanks, Bill.
No problem.
Listen, it likes you.
Another 30 days.
Another 30 something. Where's my pocket at? Can you tell me what year this house was built? I don't quite know how long it's been built for. Can you tell me? The first part of the house. What year was it built?
Terrible.
Here we go, give this the yawning.
Lay down.
Go lay down. Do I look tired to you? Where should I sleep tonight? Should I sleep in the library?
Give me more count.
So,
This is the one you were listening to. God damn light. Eyeball.
Hmm?
Look like She-Hulk.
How about you make that thing that's by the what is it? The well.
Yeah, you're right, Jimmy.
Can you make that thing by the well go off for me just once? I just want to hear that music. Can you set it off for me? Very boring tonight.
Yeah.
Can you make this light show up right here? This purple one, this light purple. Can you just come close to me? Or can you come up close to me just so I can see the color change? Just come up next to me. That's all I'm asking you to do.
quick. Is your
I was upstairs a little bit. Yeah.
Huh?
I was upstairs for a little bit.
Anything up there?
No. We got quiet. I don't know.
I'm telling you, like, when we don't bother with it and we go off the lives, that's when it's going to start acting up. I was just telling about the bulb being thrown off the radiator, and that light lit up again.
Let's It's found in a search engine.
I took a nap while they were on. Yeah, there you go.
What's that?
Boy, so I took a nap while we were on break.
That's what I should have did.
So ready.
That's what I should have did.
Let's see.
Like I said, I might just leave the live going a little bit until the phone dies for you guys to watch it in another room. I can keep it down here upstairs. Doesn't really matter.
What else we got?
We're gonna get both of us down here. Come do something.
Awesome.
Let's see what that one person said.
Hmm?
No.
Where's the 7 dead soldiers at? See Penn? Where's the soldiers buried? The second time it said that, it's like it said Penn. That wasn't even English.
Did you go back up upstairs?
Just like,
Hmm?
Did you give everybody a walk around for all new people came on?
That's when the power light went off again.
That audio.
they're looking.
I'm gonna take it upstairs and see what they say.
Yeah, I'll stay upstairs because it's not doing anything down here.
No.
That's basically.
Where do you guys want to go? What room do you want to go to? It's 3:30. It's almost 4 o'clock. So what room would you guys like to go to? And read that. See what it says.
Transcript.
It says Bill Come transcript.
Yep, go upstairs.
Podcast trim.
Kitchen, library.
Well, the kitchen really doesn't do anything.
Go to your house.
The bathroom with a two-way mirror.
So far it's 3 upstairs and 1 more house tour. Upstairs, upstairs, upstairs.
No.
Looks like upstairs wins.
Okay. I'm gonna take this trip light upstairs, I think.
Oh, I know a couple of people asked about the
No.
Annabelle doll that's
What?
upstairs.
But which one?
The one that's in a case.
Okay.
It's not, just for everybody to know, it's not the real Annabelle doll. It was one of the original, first owners. It's a pretty, they built a case for him. Pretty good, friend of theirs. They actually built that case. It actually turns into a coffee table. It's pretty neat. But it's just a replica Annabelle.
It's weird. Why is my leg turning in color?
I know a couple of people asked why was a doll in there. I just want to let you know it's not Annabelle.
I will turn that off.
That was just a speaker.
Okay. Yeah, it's not the real Annabelle. The real Annabelle dolls at the museum still. Okay, let's go upstairs. You got that? I wouldn't turn it off because that's the pitch get back on. Okay. Okay, let's go upstairs. I'm gonna take the tripwire with us. The other one's too bright. Yeah. Huh. I'm surprised the Ghostbusters never went off. Really, it's still on. The camera's still on. I forgot that was actually running behind me, thank God. God, it's so cold. Hope something's going off. What's that? Hold on. think it's full battery. Hold on.
Huh?
No, the body cam is full. How long did it run for? Oh, I guess it is. Okay.
I'm filming for about 5 hours.
Yeah, I guess. I thought it lasted longer than that. Okay. Yeah, so that's just it was actually, if you look at it, it was a table. They made it as a table, so it was a coffee table. And I guess everybody was trying to get into it. So they put it like this instead. It does, like I've seen the real Annabelle case, it kind of does look just like that. Except for the size, it's bigger. And actually the Annabelle doll is actually bigger than that. Yeah, the Annabelle doll is actually bigger than that. But on the sides they have like crosses and stuff. And yeah, it's a big open, well it's not open, but it's plastic. Oh, I shouldn't went up this way. Oh, I hate these steps. Hold on.
You can do it.
No, I don't know if you're gonna fall down these steps because they're awkward. And okay, let's see if it goes off again. Hey, you up here? Let's talk about that ball again. You wanna throw that ball off and show us? Come on. Throw the ball off. Can you do that?
Shall I go in the closet?
No? Okay. It's gonna go off again. Okay. This is the one active room here. There's the dolls back there that have a bunch of REM pods on them. I haven't heard them go off once today. Let's see. Trying to remove. Yeah, I can't tell you how many times I tripped up the basement steps. Went flying on live. So this is the. It's the. I don't know where the light is in here. Oh, I actually have a flashlight in my hand. That was stupid. This is a thing that's constantly. You see the hangers constantly move. I don't know. But yeah, spirits like to hide in places that are dark anyway. They're away from people. And I'll show you the other spot. It's pretty good. Right in here. Right back here. This is where they say a lot of the spirits are hanging out back here. So, I don't know. I never actually sat back here. My phone got caught. Okay, I guess we'll sit in this one, I guess. Do you want to sit in the other room, hon, or you want to sit in here with me?
No matter. No.
I said you want to do the... You don't want to do that SS method again, do you?
No matter.
You don't have to hold that in there.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, if you sit in that chair and I sit in here, I don't know where the phone is though. Have you seen the phone?
Mm-hmm.
The phone that with the necrophonics on it.
I haven't seen it since you left the basement.
Yeah, I haven't seen it at all since we used it. I have no idea where it went to. Huh. Where did we have it at?
Downstairs, that was it.
Do we have it? We brought it from the basement though, right? Well, I didn't see it down there.
That was upstairs in the kitchen, but I didn't see the phone.
Huh. Okay. Do you want to stay up here? I'll go downstairs and look real fast for that.
I don't care.
Okay, here, hold this.
You take it for a walk.
Okay, I'll right back and take the flashlight.
Huh? Don't fall. She's gonna go down and get the other phone that has the other app on it. She used the first time. Hope that was the door. I hope she didn't fall down. Yeah, the radiators don't work anymore. Actually, they I guess it's just too much of a pain to remove. They have regular forced hot air vents on the floor, so the radiators are just old knickknacks. There's two ways downstairs. There's one on each side, set of steps to go down. Hey, Paulina. Yeah, I did hear it knocking, actually. I got up and looked. It was MJ was actually knocking on the door. She couldn't get it open. That was actually her. I think it was Mary Jo. Yeah, definitely, Penny. We will. Just wait for her to come up with the other thing. We'll try the SDs again. She had a pretty good session earlier downstairs. She wants to try it again. Oh, she didn't knock. I heard it knocking. That's what I told you guys. I'm sorry. Is this your house? No, it's not our house. The craziest thing we've seen here, we actually have a video of the ball on the other side of the room. It actually launched off the floor like someone kicked it and it wailed the wall in the middle of the night. Woke everybody up, actually. That's when we went back and saw the videos. Do they charge you? Yeah, no, we don't get in for free. Every place we go, we pay for.
It's chillier in this room, isn't it?
A little bit.
It was under the computer. I was watching the live or the thing with.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Do you want to do it or do you want me to do it?
Doesn't matter. You can
Do
do
you
it.
want to do it? No? Okay. I would sit in there so I definitely don't hear you in there.
Yeah.
We'll put the tripwire on the ground here because you'll be able to see me from there. I'll try to. Could you hear me before last time or was I too low?
No, that was good last time.
I definitely guys.
Hi, Ann. Yeah, no, we'll tour the house again.
Somebody say we get it for free.
No, somebody asked if we pay. Or some
Yeah.
does a charge to get in.
I love this place. I wish it was free for us.
Yeah, believe me, it's an expensive hobby.
Yes.
You don't break even. You never break even.
Mm-mm. And then when you help clients, it's the same thing. You have to drive, so it's kind of the same. Okay, put this stuff on.
Let's over here. So what we're gonna do is,
I was sitting at.
I am.
Okay.
so she's gonna put a blindfold on, and she's gonna put noise canceling headphones on. So she's not gonna be able to hear us. She's gonna be listening to a ghost box. So we're gonna ask questions, and she's just gonna spit out the answers that she hears in the headphones. And we'll see if they come close or not. So you guys want to ask questions? I'll read them off the screen. Can you dim the lights in here, or can you shut them all the way off? I don't know, I'll take a dirt nap over something. Let's see if I can get these. That's not too bad.
Can you see me though?
Yeah, we'll find out. Yeah, that's good enough.
Okay. It just said hey. That's how loud these are, so I really cannot hear anything.
Alright, so we're gonna sit over here.
Oh, I thought you were sitting out of the room.
Will this go down any further?
Can you see the tripwire?
Yeah, I can see it blinking.
I won't leave those here ready. It just said Bill. Are you ready?
Whenever you're ready.
Okay.
Okay. So anybody got any questions? I can ask her on the screen if you guys want.
Hey, again.
Okay.
Said shut up.
We're in Rhode Island. So who is with us today? Or tonight?
It sounded like it said Bill, then it said Bill again.
So how many people's in the house with us?
And it said Joe, and then absolutely. Kid.
So how many of your spirits we have today?
8.
8.
It said Bill. I said it's the same people. Drop it. Believe me. It doesn't wanna.
So when we were in the basement earlier, you told us to run and get out. Why?
It's saying stuff, but I can't make it out, just so you know.
Alright. So we were in the basement earlier. You told us to run and get out.
Careful. Run.
Here we go to run again. Why? Why should we run?
Because you have to. Some don't stay the night. Just
So-
shave? Or just she, maybe? I don't know. Just wait. Said it again. That's enough.
You don't like us here?
I don't. Get out.
We're not welcome in the house? Why can't we stay? Are you afraid of us?
Please. Stop it.
Is your name Bill, or are you talking about me?
It said yes and something else. It said Bill. Appreciation. I like to have a beer.
My kind of spirit.
I hope that was a good question.
Yeah, we asked if they knew Sam and Cody. They said yes. Let's see what else
Drink.
is there. The blue light is a...
That's good.
It's like almost like a K2, like a static light.
Yep.
It might be picking up the phone. That's probably why it's flickering. I apologize.
You'll see the colors.
That's right, yeah, see? What color is it that we're seeing?
Tan?
No. That don't look like tan to me. Too many beers.
Name under the bed. It's haunting you.
I'm on the bed. That's not good.
Coward.
Yeah. What about that?
You can't. Mischief.
Are you annoyed that a lot of people come here? Does it bother you?
Leave.
Why should we leave?
Back. In.
Am I welcome here?
Wait.
Am I welcome here? You keep telling me to leave and run.
Go.
So, no, I'm not sleeping. She just,
Madam.
who is on the couch? Oh, it's Mary Jo. She's on a chair. Hi, England.
Just him. I see you. I like it. You.
Who pushed the ball earlier?
Kevin. Me.
Who's me?
Gerald.
Gerald. Are you trapped in this house, or can you leave? Or are you just passing through?
Leave. Leave. Inside. Yeah.
You're from inside?
Name.
Is there another entity that keeps
In the hole.
others trapped here?
You.
Me?
Hole. She's gonna die.
Who? Who's gonna die?
Don't do it. Do it. Zach. Do it to me.
Who's downstairs in the well?
Me.
Who's me?
Easy decision.
So who is downstairs in the well? Or is there anybody in the well?
Gone. Leave. Move. Get out.
You keep telling us to leave.
Son.
You keep telling us to run and leave. Why?
Feel. Ass. I like that. It was a woman talking, by the way.
Like that? I think that's what she said.
Yep, it was me. Babe. I heard a cat like growl.
Somebody mentioned a cat earlier. So who's the main person in the house? Who's just talking to us now?
Is it Ditto or Dylan? And I said ghost. Ghost. God's watching. Leave. Here. Died young. Fear. Leave.
So how many spirits are in this house?
Not many. Then it said like 17, but then it sounded like he was like Indian, and it keeps coming in. Leave again.
In case you guys don't know, there's a large Indian.
And it's that Indian voice again. And it's saying something again. Are you okay? Not.
So how many spirits are outside in the walls?
Ian? More? It's okay. Beer? Eight.
So who's the Indian that was talking?
You. Pain.
I am half Cherokee, actually. Who's the Indian that came through? In case you don't know, also on this land, it was King Philip's War was here. There's a lot of people who died on this property.
It's like I said, so or soap.
Hmm.
You.
Do you need help moving on or crossing over?
Shit.
Shit.
Safe. And something said something in a different language.
Do you know your spirits?
I do.
You do? Do you want to harm us?
Singing.
What are you singing?
Way up. That Indian keeps on coming back like that. It's whatever their language is, like they're saying it. I can't make it out.
So who's the Indian that keeps coming through? Again, people, she can't hear her. She has, earplugs in. There's no canceling headphones. She's listening to a ghost box. So as we're asking questions, she's just saying what she's hearing. Or I think I missed it. I'm sorry. Are you reliving your past lives?
I feel lucky. Sure. Now. We're really living.
I 3. Why don't you just beat it out of here? Seriously.
Pain. Is.
Are you in any pain?
Name.
We asked your name. You wouldn't give us your name.
Bill. Bill.
Yeah, we keep hearing Bill. You talking about me? Or is that your name?
This one.
This one is me? What year do you think this is?
On.
Oh, maybe Sandy. I never thought about Bill Brock. He's here quite a lot.
Yay.
So are you spirits okay?
B and then TV. Now they're coming in really fast. I can't understand them. Bill. William. Bill. I.
So how old are you, Bill?
Great slowly.
No, how old are you?
Boy.
A boy?
What? Bill.
And how old are you?
I said wrist. Number 1. Easy. Us.
So how did you die? Or how did you become a spirit? Do you know?
Leave. Come back. Hello. Sean.
Can you tell me how you passed? Do you know what happened to yourself?
Money? Or mommy could be. Mommy. Yep.
So how come you
Me?
stay? How come you stay here? You don't move on? Are any of you in the room with us? Did you fall asleep on us?
Bill?
Oh, never mind. Here we go, Bill again. So who's mom?
Who?
Bill's mom. So who's in the room with all this?
Everybody.
When we're in a basement and someone kept telling us to
What
run,
is he?
are you the person that people call crooked neck?
It's something like we'll run and soft and bear.
Thanks, Paulina. You're right. There's a birthing room. So is crooked neck? Did she talk to us at all today? Is she the one who telling us to run and leave the basement?
It's an app. He's sitting there.
Yeah. Are you talking about me? Is it Bill Wilkins you're talking about?
Yes.
Oh.
I think it said Mike. Mike. Scene, bet.
Is there a Kevin here? Do you know a Kevin along with Bill?
There.
You missed that's what you said.
Out of the room.
I'm not sure who Bill Wilkins is. Someone asked me. Let me repeat this. You said your name was Bill Wilkins?
No.
What the hell?
Devil.
Let me see if you know why this thing is going 3. 3 numbers, 3 knocks. Why is that?
They're saying, but if I can't make it out, but you go too fast. We're doomed.
We're doomed?
Complete silence now.
So why this thing is coming in 3s? Is it like an insult?
I need to put it away or shred it.
There was a boy who was mentioned a little while ago in the basement. Do you know who that is?
We're good.
You're good? So who was the boy that was mentioned in the basement?
Yo. What time? Manipulate.
So let me give her a little break. Yeah, let's try that again. Is there 7 dead soldiers in the house? Or on this property anywhere?
Sir.
There is? Where?
Set. This.
Last time we asked for 7 soldiers, they said 8 in the basement. There was actually 8 of them. So how many soldiers are here? And they said they were Union.
Recording.
So how many soldiers are here?
Ghosts.
Ghosts? How many ghost soldiers are here? There's a cemetery that they found on the property. But they haven't
Broke.
dug it up or anything like that. Well, I think they found one. So who's the little boy in the well downstairs? Is there anything that means to come together? Yeah. So I'm gonna get her up. Sometimes you go like in a la la land when you're older, by quiet. You can't hear nothing, you can't see nothing. Hopefully she don't jump.
Mary, oh.
You there?
Yeah.
Give your break.
Okay. It's talking, but I can't understand what it's saying. That's all. It's like making all these weird noises.
Do you have another battery for this phone? Because this one's about ready to die.
I can switch it around.
I don't know if it's dead. I think you killed it.
It's probably the brightness too. I turn up the brightness so I can read it. Hold on. That's your finger.
That's yours.
See, you hear, I want to hold this up to the thing. You hear how loud it is. God.
God.
See, now it's talking. Before it wasn't talking. Yeah, so that's what it's saying. I heard ghost. Okay, you want to switch?
You want?
Okay, I'll try it. If I get up here. Okay. Let's see. Were they asking questions?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wish your moderator was back on there.
Huh? What time is it? Oh, it's 4 o'clock. It's that time. I heard say scary. Or maybe it said Mary. Here we go. It's right there.
Let me have that.
Why? What are you looking for, honey?
Where's the
Headphones?
Yeah. I don't put my glasses on.
Here. I think I knocked off the thingy. Here it is. Okay, he's going to sit over there. He's going to try it now. Mm-hmm. Oh my God.
Hmm?
They're asking questions. Go ahead, sit down. Yeah, we have the same time zone. So Jersey, PA, Delaware, all of them are all the same. Okay. It's cold up here. Yeah, it was nice and warm.
I'm gonna fall asleep.
I'm telling you, that shit's loud in there.
Oh, I'm sure.
Okay. Sit this up here.
Tell me when.
Okay. Okay, just cover up. I can put this down here for a second so I can see her on the bed. Just make sure you say it loud so I can hear you. Okay. You got any questions, guys? You're okay. Are you okay?
Snakes.
Snakes.
Think about it.
How old are you?
Sound like 6.
Okay, I was gonna say how many children?
Tom. I feel it.
Why do you haunt the house?
Sinister and God.
Huh. Who is Vincent? Is Vincent here?
Knocking on something.
Where is the portal?
Go. Another level. 2.
Did your mom ever hurt you?
Where? Couldn't go back.
Who's in the basement?
Sound like shit and then laughed.
Oh, well, I smelled fish, so. Let's see. Do you fear God? Who is the first entity?
Sound like God, no.
Who is the first entity in this house? Or
Tell me.
on this land? Is there a portal in the back of the house? You smell something.
Please ask.
Why haven't you crossed over?
They're going so fast I can't understand them.
Did you
Orbs.
did you fart?
You joking?
You're a joke. It just said you're a joke. Are you using your oh, are you using our energy?
My sound like favorite jerk.
Jerk. Probably because I start laughing.
Is my woman?
Do you remember Warrens? The Warrens.
She's pissed and it's a threat.
Oh, the Warrens were a threat. Okay, that's a good question. I'll hold my fingers up. How many numbers am I holding up?
Sound like this is bullshit.
How many numbers am I holding up? Answer me. How many? This isn't hard.
Please. You think it's one?
You think it's one? Well, that's not one. How am I one? Okay, come on. You got this.
It sounded like you said it's bull, and you think it's 5 or 1, something like that.
Okay, well, obviously they can't count. The middle one, I won't do that. That's terrible.
War.
War.
I'm remote.
Who? That's a good question. Who pushed the ball off the radiator?
Laughing. Your nemesis.
Huh. That's got to be Crooked Head. I'm telling you.
Sound like you said, Mary Jo, you can go.
I'm telling you, the thing hates me.
Pissed. Bullshit.
Who's a nemesis?
Portal to hell.
Huh.
Move it.
Clap, clap game. You can't do that.
Door.
Is heaven real?
Sounds like it's at Christmas.
Are they angry?
Thunder outside.
Why don't you like Mary Jo?
Piece of cake. We can help you to see.
Why don't you like Mary Jo?
Bitch. Complete silence.
Can you speak Spanish? Say something in Spanish. I told you they don't like me.
We see things. Ask me.
Tell me something in Spanish. Do you know what Spanish is? How to speak it?
Trapped. Hallelujah. This morning was something.
Can you see? I can see the questions. Oh, can you see the questions these people are asking?
Wait for it. It's coming.
Are you in peace?
Make the night scary.
Are you afraid of leaving?
That's cute. She says burn.
Who's in the basement?
You're not my buddy?
Do you want to leave this house?
Think about me hard.
Who's coming? Do you know you're dead?
Sound like Monster of the Great or Great?
Do you know you died?
It was a needle, eat the cake.
What is your name?
All of them. Vicious. You can't get this.
What is my name?
It's playtime.
No, it's
You're
not.
not gonna like it.
No, it's not. Where's Bill?
It's coming. It sounded like it said F him.
Where's the doll at?
Check on the desk.
Well, there's a doll on the desk. Who's coming?
Somebody comes, you die in your mouth.
Hey. It's weird. What room are you in?
War. War is.
What name is under the bed?
War is. Keep saying war is. Justified.
One of those is soldiers. Are you a soldier?
Tonight is the night.
Oh, there you go. Are you the soldier?
Tonight is the night to bleed.
Oh, lovely. Oh, this is dead.
Ghost.
Okay,
Champion.
the one phone died or is dying. The battery's not working.
Cut.
Are you behind him?
Cut these.
How many Indians are with you?
3.
Can the Indians come on the property? Playtime?
Stop this. Goddamn music. Sound like an a-hole.
Can you touch the doll? Touch the doll behind me.
Nothing. Complete silence.
What is What is Crooked Neck's real name?
Open your eyes.
I am. Tell me its real name. Do you like the dolls?
Remember it when it comes.
Who's under the bed?
Call it it.
Call it it. Can you prove it?
A scream and a laugh.
Can you knock?
Who the hell invited them? Bill is not nice.
Who's in the closet?
What a brat.
They're not gonna be able to say a joke. It's too long.
I dare the closet.
Huh? They said the closet. And I was reading Who's the Boy in the Closet, and it just said that. Who's the little boy in the closet? Give us a sign you're here.
Peek in there.
You peek in there. You open up that door and you peek out. Actually, the door's open. Sorry.
Huh?
Crooked Neck, what color's your hair?
Scared. Bitch.
Yep, here we go. I'm a bitch, but what are you?
Pick names.
Crooked neck.
Pick a team. Pick a... keep telling you, pick a team, pick a light.
Well, how about you pick up the ball and throw it in the other room? How about you do that? Pick up the ball and throw it.
Me? We can cut.
No, you can, crooked neck, you can throw that ball. I want to see you.
How about I come and it roll? Make it roll.
Yeah, make it roll. Make that ball roll. Keep on telling you that. Knock that ball off.
Stop.
You stop. I want you to prove that you're up here.
I don't know what that was. That was weird.
Make it roll.
When you go to bed.
That's what happened. Remember, I went to bed and that ball went flying. You promise me you'll do it when I'm sleeping? Will you do it when I'm sleeping? Answer me. Definitely intelligent. This thing is really intelligent in this house. And I'll tell you, look what the time it is. 4:30. I said anywhere from 4:30 to 6. Believe me, she's not camera shy.
Just silence. Nothing here.
Who threw my phone? Who threw my phone?
I did.
No shit. Who's you?
The B word.
The bitch.
Spit? Sound like spit on you.
You're gonna spit on me? I like to see you try. Why do we keep on saying farts? Here, I have a funny story I'll tell you later, but watch this one. Who farted in the room you tried to get out?
That thing. It's nasty. It's coming.
Oh my God. Bill farted one time in that bedroom where the ball flew, and literally I got on a video. I said, this bitch, we were both sleeping, he farted, I said, this bitch. All of a sudden you hear the door rattle and the ghost was trying to get out of the room. Oh my God. That's so funny that it actually answered it. So did Bill's fart smell? Oh, please answer this. Please answer this.
Nothing's quiet. Kill me. Kill me, listen to this.
Did Bart's, the Bart's, did Bill's farts like kill you that you had to get out? Is that why you tried to get out of the room? Because he smelled?
Who was your Sam?
Who was my Sam? I don't know, it's in Alloway.
Ask the question.
What question?
Who was your Sam?
I don't have a Sam. Does anybody have a Sam?
Say it.
Say what? Who's Sam?
We give up.
Who's Sam? Just tell me who Sam is. It's simple.
We give up.
No, just tell me who Sam is. Oh. Some machine's going off.
Behind the trees. In the back. We were done.
Oh, shit. They're grabbing that damn doll.
Run.
Who's touching the doll?
You check.
Who's touching the doll? Answer me.
Make your wish.
Answer me. Who's touching the doll? Told you guys.
Kids.
Kids? What kids?
Peter.
Peter? Who's Peter?
December.
Do you like that doll?
Sounds like a gurgling scream.
Can you stop touching it for a minute?
No, better run.
I'm not gonna run. You stop touching it. Dude, stop touching it, I said.
Goodbye.
I'm not scared of you. You know that.
Goodbye, woman.
Again, I am not scared of you. I'll come over and grab that doll.
Go ahead and pet it.
Okay, let me pet it. I'll go pet it. I'm not scared of you, dude.
Uh-huh.
Okay. You want to watch me?
She is.
Yep, see? Watch.
Bullshit.
See, I can make it go off there than you can.
Take the doll.
You take the doll. You pick up that damn doll. You pick it up. Go ahead. Pick it up. I want to see you.
Balls.
Here, I have balls. You don't. Pick up the ball. Or pick up the doll. Come on. Pick up the doll. Come on.
Wait. You want me to wait till you see the black?
Okay, I'm waiting for it. Come on, show me the black. I want to see it. I'm not scared of you. I never was and never will be.
Elizabeth.
Let's go. You're all talk but no show. Let's go. You're playing with a doll. You're playing with a doll. Pick the doll up. If you're that strong, pick the doll up and throw it. Let's see you do that.
Done.
Okay, well, you're not done because you haven't done it yet. You have to wait for people to go to sleep to do stuff.
Barn. Feed on them. Barn.
Come on. So, is that all you got? Touching a doll? That's all you got? Touching a doll? That's it? Wow. For somebody who picked up a human and threw it, that's all you can do is touch a doll? You see, none of the other... Are you finally done?
Kick the ball.
You threw a human.
The ball. Kick the ball.
I guess it's done. Nope. I was wrong. Why you go get the ball? Leave this alone. Leave the doll alone and go get the ball.
Leave.
Oh, I'm not scared. I'm definitely not scared. I'll sit right next to you, honey. I'll move the doll over and I'll put the doll on my lap. Come on. Here, I'm going to play with this doll. We got this. Come on. Come on. Leave that doll alone. Leave
Haha, you want some milk?
I don't want some milk. No, I don't want no milk.
This bee.
This bee. Call me a bee. Do I want some milk? So who's touching the doll?
Hog.
Who's touching the dog? The doll, not the dog. Come on, tell me who's touching the doll.
She knows.
I know, but I want to hear you say it.
Wished this mother. We like it also.
I want to see you throw the doll. I want to see how powerful you are. Or throw the ball. You threw the ball before. You waited before I sleep to throw a ball. Why can't you do it now? While I'm awake. Because you know I'm not scared. Cut milk.
The morning's coming. We're done.
Yep, the morning is coming. Again.
Keep seeing the barn.
The barn? Well, the barn's like the one of the most active places, and we can't go in the barn anymore. Who's in the barn?
Satan.
Satan? That would make sense.
Leave.
I'm not going to leave until you throw that doll. Throw the doll.
Seance and it's not like the well.
What do you want from me? What do you want from me?
To bring it back.
Bring what back? I'll tell you what happened in the barn later.
The ring?
The ring?
Keep it. We want the light.
You want the what?
You.
You want me? Why don't you rock the chair? So you can touch that thing there. Why don't you rock the chair?
It won't.
I know you won't because you're not powerful enough to do it. And what ring?
Keep it.
Because it's a different owner. Corey used to let us in the barn. I won't ask the new owner.
Turquoise.
Yeah, remember,
Color.
it's also like 20 degrees outside. I wouldn't go in the barn anyway. It's too cold.
Dad knows.
Why don't you just throw the doll off the table or the chair?
That ring.
Throw the doll or throw the what do you call it? The ball. You have the ball. Dude, I'm not scared of you. Just do it.
Party. Party drink. Go ahead.
What happened here? Holy shit.
Yeah. Keeps asking about a ring. Where's the ring?
What ring?
Married.
Facebook literally just shut off. Shit.
Cut it off.
It just totally shut my Facebook off. Sweetheart, I've heard she may let you. If you, yeah, I can ask. I would ask her. I just wouldn't do it now.
Got cut off with ice.
We'll get cut off with ice. Come on, I want you to leave the doll alone and go to something else. I want to see what else you can go to. There's all this stuff in here that you can go to, and you go to the doll. And it's the doll that's in this house, too, which is funny. Not funny, but...
Leave. Not gonna do it.
I know you're not going to do it, because you're chicken. Of all the stuff you can play with something else. I want to see you threw that ball before, my first night here.
Either dog shit or doll shit.
Doll shit. What doll? Oh, here we go again.
Kill me.
I thought you were already dead.
I'm game. You get her.
You can get me. Knock the doll over. Kick the bed, do something.
smell it.
You smell what? Did you fart again?
Fun. It's open.
You heard a child? He said something about,
Doorway died.
he said something about a child. Huh.
Ask for it.
Who's the baby that, cried? It's not my...
She's dead.
Ooh. But who is she? I know she's dead, but who is she?
I said she's gone.
Oh shit, really, guys? So you just heard of EVP through that. Holy shit.
Dumb shit.
Yeah, the Facebook Live just like stopped out of nowhere.
It's get out.
So tell me about the baby. Why was the baby crying?
It sound like what's the matter? Not interested in a doll or something like that.
Yeah, I'm interested in the doll. It's weird. He can't hear me. I was on that thing. I can't hear a damn thing. So he doesn't even know we're talking about this doll. Or this sound's even going
She was
off.
played with.
Where did she come from?
Nowhere.
She didn't come from nowhere.
Home with a lot of people.
Who brought her in this house?
The same.
Who brought her in here? Do you not like this doll?
Let me in.
Let who in? And whose baby is it? Just so you guys know, on Facebook, it might shut off again. So if you have TikTok, I would jump over there.
I couldn't help it out.
Couldn't help what out?
I pretended like I was real.
Huh.
I
That
fed it.
didn't even sound good.
Went to sleep.
Who went to sleep? No, it's not fake. We can't make this shit up. Like, I'm not even sitting near that damn dog. It's going off. He has headphones on that are cancellation. They're Bose's, how you say it. They're like the best headphones you can get. He can't hear shit out of it. Believe me, because I had them on.
Joe.
Who's Joe?
1 second.
Who's Joe? Who's Joe?
Fatal.
Who's Joe?
Fatal. It's either keep saying fatal or prenatal.
Oh, that buzzy noise is a REM pod. Something's touching that doll. That's why it's going off. And that light shows how powerful it's touching it. If it's just near it, it'll just kind of glow a little bit.
There.
But it was really going. And see, it comes and goes. So it might be standing behind it or next to it. But it keeps on, the ghost box keeps on talking about the doll.
Ask me. I'll be there next night.
I'm going to move that doll, okay?
That's fine with you.
Is it okay with you?
It's gonna be back there tomorrow. This is sad. Sinister. This is too easy.
Oh yeah, it's too easy, but you can't pick a damn doll up, right? If you pick a doll up, that would be impressive. Where is it?
Impressive D-head.
Oh my god, it's an impressive D-head. Yeah. Come on, show me. See, this thing doesn't like me. I'm telling you, it doesn't like me. It didn't like me from the day when I came in here, and I think it's threatened of me.
Pick me up.
Oh, I'm gonna pick your ass up. That's for sure. Cause I'm coming for you. You already know I'm coming for your ass. I'm gonna stick this right here.
Go on the bed.
I'm gonna put on the bed with me. Yep. You think I'm scared of you, dude? I've dealt with a lot worse things than you. Believe me. You're not scared of me at all.
We need to sleep.
No, I'm not going to sleep. Not going to sleep until you show me something. Show me the dog getting thrown. Oh, now you're going to stop talking, huh?
Beck and me.
Oh,
We sleep and play.
you don't play.
Goodbye.
Oh, of course you would leave. You a scaredy cat? Yep. What did you call somebody? Somebody called somebody earlier this morning or this afternoon in the basement the P word, the pussy word. Is that what you are? Because that's what you're doing. You play with the doll. Now I moved you, and now you're gonna stop. Now, so just so people know, when you have REM pods, if it's a dead battery, sometimes it will go off. But it will go off like and then die. This was going off, and then I move it, and it just stops. So I mean, obviously it might have been over there, but this doll is from this house. This is not my doll.
It's almost like dead quiet.
Well, it was saying goodbye. So
Mary.
Mary, what about Mary?
So what?
I heard something. I heard like a voice. Do you guys hear it? It was like, ooh, like that. Yeah, I don't know what it was. It was like, ooh.
Prison turned me black.
Prison turned you black. Honey, you were not in prison. Because if you're in prison, you won't be playing with a goddamn doll. You'd be taking a ball and throwing it at me. Not playing with a baby doll. Okay, so prison didn't make you black.
Take me.
Take the doll. Come on. Let's show you.
Take me.
Okay.
Do
Well,
it.
take you where? Where do you want me to take you?
Gretchen, please.
I don't know. He just said Gretchen something. Are you talking about my doll?
How many times?
Girlfriend, my doll will fuck you up. And if she doesn't, I will.
Believe it.
I don't think it meant like the Black Lives Matter. As I took it, it was like, being black, being like no soul. I don't think it meant color skin. I think it just meant like your soul was kind of dark. I don't think it meant color. Gretchen, please. Is that what it said? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, why would it say Gretchen? That's weird. Like I said, it's weird. I'm telling you, this shit's intelligent. Like, what? How can I make that?
She's not yours.
Who's not mine?
Turn back or turning it black?
See, it's talking about this again.
It's too easy.
Gretchen's my haunted doll. That I have haunted objects I have to do with cases. So Gretchen's one of them. Well, she's not from a case. I bought her, didn't know she was haunted.
All of them will move.
She's actually we were actually on a TV show called A Haunting because of her. And I'm very overprotective of her. And I'm sure that entity knows that. She's angry I took the doll.
Turn your book.
He wants my doll. Well, he'll never get my doll because my doll will never come here. And Facebook just shut off again. Come on. Why you go in the closet? Oh, now you're being quiet because we're not talking to you? Come on. Now, how come you didn't make that thing go off once?
Don't shut up.
I'm telling you, my Facebook shut. It didn't lose power. It just shut off. Uh-oh.
I said Gretchen twice.
Gretchen. You'll leave Gretchen alone.
Good luck at home.
Oh, listen, you don't want to go there with me.
You'll need a team.
Oh, I already have a team. You will not go there with me.
Bitch.
Yep, you keep going. I can keep going. I'm not scared of you, never was. And you know what I can do. So that's why you're trying to threaten me to scare me. If you scared me, it'd be different, but you can't because you can't even touch a doll. You threw a ball. You didn't even throw it at me, you just threw a ball while I was sleeping.
We're planning.
Okay, plan what? Because you don't have that many more hours until we're going.
In the back.
In the back of what?
All black.
Okay.
Fun.
I think it hates it because I was one of the first people here, and we brought a lot of people here to, as teams to come and investigate.
Better have good luck.
Oh, don't worry, honey. I have good luck. I have God. You're not God. You will never be God, and God is more powerful than you. You remember that.
Tomorrow night.
Yep.
I'll meet you.
Okay, you meet me tomorrow night. God, my angels, and everybody else will be there. Not worried about you. You don't scare me. Remember, you have rules you have to listen by. You have rules.
Be in your mind.
You could be in my mind.
Bunch of like little short screaming words. I can't make any of them out though.
That's because it's mad at me. It's trying to get to me. That's all. I told you it's very active at this time. I tell people that all the time. Do you know where? So watching marriage. Do you know we all? I'm trying to that are also watching.
Listen.
I know this is getting
Fun
recorded.
times.
Yeah.
For sure.
You heard the baby cry again? What the fuck, man? I don't hear that. That's insane.
You'll meet that infant.
Oh my God! You hear what you just said?
MJ.
You'll meet that infant MJ. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Dude, this is a crazy ass. Like, this is crazy. He can't. I wish you guys could be here to see what he's hearing and what I heard on that thing. You can't hear shit. Literally. He has no idea what we're talking about right now. So now everybody has to follow us because I will repost these and see if anything happens at home. So you have to follow. So whoever's on here, you guys can comment and tell me that you were on these lives so you can verify this shit was going on. You see, if
I can't make none of it out.
if it was a child, or if a child, like, it's an EVP, so I won't be able to hear it, but you guys will, because you're actually on the other end. So that's why I don't hear it and you guys do. That's when we play like recorders and we play it back and we hear it.
It's all fear.
I'm not feared of you, because you can't even set the doll off. Look, you can't even come near me. Dude, you can't come near me to even set that doll off again. You're too chicken shit to do it. So why don't you come over here and set the doll off? Stop being chicken shit. You can set the doll off, what, 6 feet away from me, but when it's 3 feet away from me, you can't do it?
I'll see you.
Okay, you keep threatening me, but you can't even come near me.
It won't be in this doll.
Okay, what doll? Because all the dolls you understand, like, I study demonology. I know everything. I have stuff. And you think I'm scared of you? You? I am so not afraid of you. I have a real demon doll at home. And she couldn't even kill me. And you think you're going to kill me? You can't even touch a doll. Thought so. I can't wait to turn this back later and hear this baby cry.
I can't make any of it out. It's all. It's not like batteries are dying almost. It's weird.
Tell us more about Gretchen. Since you're so smart and you know everything, tell me about Gretchen. What's Gretchen's real name? Since you're so smart. Let's see if you know that. Because I don't know you're full of shit. Any day now.
Not weak.
It's definitely a bad spirit. I know. I don't think it was ever alive at any time.
Of your house.
Okay, where's my house? You still haven't even answered me what Gretchen's real name is. So if you were that powerful and you know shit, you would know what her name is, and you don't. So let's see if you know it. Any day now. I ain't getting any younger.
Which one's a preacher?
Just because how it's talking and how it's answering, and it's basically trying to say it's going to hurt. And then also when we were downstairs, I smelled this rotten smell. But I don't think it was everybody. It doesn't mean it has to be demonic. It could be an elemental, which it was like basically...
What one do you hate?
Basically one from the earth.
You got in October.
Yes, I was wondering if it's the feedback from him, because I can hear it when it starts saying stuff, because it's that loud. But when I hear it back, I'll be able to understand.
I never walked.
He never walked. You hear that? It never walked. So that means it was never born. It means he never walked on this face of the earth. That's what it just said.
I was screams.
I was screams.
You're all effed.
I'm not effed, you are.
Just wait.
Okay, dude, you keep saying just wait. So if first of all, if you're demonic, if you are anything of that nature, you can make something move. You can make that doll fly off that damn bed. You can make something move here. And you can't. You can't. You're spending all your energy trying to talk on a ghost box instead of showing us you're actually here. That's not telling us anything. I've been doing this for too long. I can tell a weak spirit when I see one.
It's not a game.
I know it's not a game, but you're making it a game because you can't prove it. The doll's sitting there, the ball's still sitting on the register. There's all this stuff that you can move. You haven't touched a fucking thing yet.
I'm gonna take this off for a while.
What's the matter?
I'll take...
Wait, what's the matter? What's the matter?
No, it's just... I get like a headache from it.
You have a headache?
Yeah.
Well, let me tell you, that fucking thing was sitting there screaming at us over here. Did you hear that going off?
What?
The doll thing was going off.
What doll?
This thing, it was going crazy. And, well, you heard all the doll shit, right?
It kept saying something. I know it mentioned Gretchen like 4 times.
Yeah, it says come after Gretchen.
Then it said, which
Bill took the headphones off.
one did you get in October?
Which one I get in October?
Yeah.
Oh, why?
I said, that's what it said. It said, pick the vessel, and something about which one did you get in October. I'll see you there.
That's Mr. Jingles.
Yeah.
That's the other bad one we have. I'm not worried about it. He can't even lift the fucking doll up. He's going to sit there and try to go after another entity that's already bound it into a case. I'm not worried about it. I'm going to turn that off so you actually hear it.
Yeah, it's starting to give me a headache.
It's okay. It was answering everything we were saying. It was answers to a T, and I changed it, and it changed. So everything we did, that was kind of crazy. That's probably what was happening down the basement because everything you said I was answering, it was answering. Okay, I'm going to turn on so you guys can hear the ghost box next. Hold on, let's give it a second to click on. Oh, shit, I just dropped it.
You got to the little short half word. I couldn't understand. It was giving me a headache.
Been there, it said. I just sat on the bed. That's probably why. Okay, so why don't you talk to me now? So now I can hear you. I sat on the bed. That's probably why it moved. No, I heard. The one I got in October was Mr. Jingles. That's the one that I got from a girl on TikTok because she said her husband was actually choking her in the middle of the night and stuff. And as soon as we got a bad headache and this and that. It was,
That's weird because I started getting pounding headache.
And Bill said he started getting a pounding headache. You were there. If you were there on Halloween. Yeah, Mr. Jingles, yeah. It just said that one. That's the thing that Bill was listening to. So that's this. That's what was talking to him through his headphones. It is a ghost box. Beth choking. We're actually right near Philly.
It's our neighbor.
Yeah, we're right near. You feel okay, hon?
Yeah, it's good.
Okay.
No, I was trying to concentrate so much on it. That was giving me just my head started pounding.
I'm gonna put this doll back. Sit down, it said. You better not. Here it goes now again. So you hiding in this corner? Not you. Stop. I don't think it's the chair, no. I think it's on. So what's your name? I think it's farther. Oh, it could be coming out from the back there. Officially wide awake. Yeah, Bill's fine. He's behind me, sitting behind me.
Sound like it's a bitch.
Did you say bitch?
Sound like it's a bitch.
Dude, every time I was sitting there getting mad at it, it was calling me all those names. Like, it was like, what do you hear what was going on? BS, it just said. Did you hear the baby voices? They were hearing baby like voices and crying when you start talking about the baby.
I thought it said about the baby.
Yeah, it was talking about the baby, and they were all hearing stuff. Like, I couldn't hear it. They all heard it.
I think Facebook died.
Yeah, Facebook did die. Look, it's sitting here. It keeps on going on and off, on and off. It's like fucking with my Facebook. Can you just seriously hit something else besides that?
Save it, I'll give you this one.
Huh?
If you want to save it, I'll give you this one.
Yeah. And he was talking about farts too. I don't know why he was talking. Yeah, Bill said he had a headache. That's why he got done. He took the headphones off. What time are you guys going to sleep? I don't know. We're usually in bed by now. We have to be out of here by 8.
Yeah, you get an hour of sleep or 2.
Yeah. Do you want to sleep in the big bedroom in the back?
Yeah, that's the one I always sleep on.
Yeah, good. Let's go close the door. I can close this door.
That's great.
That's great, it just said. Heat. I said get out. It was a haunting. I think it's episode 8, season 11. It's called The Demon Dolls. Devil's Dolls, I'm sorry. Close enough.
Save Facebook before you lose it.
It won't let me come back on it.
That's dumb. Dumb.
Yes, it said duh. Yeah, I don't want to say that name because I don't know what that means. I don't want to. I'll just turn this down so you can hear me. So the barn, when we go out there, a couple of times we had things like, I got hit in the barn on my leg. And then one time me and Bill came up and I just got done being sick. And to make a long story short, I had really bad hemoglobin from the honing dolls. Bill what was that? I heard that. What was that?
Might have been my foot, but like that, I don't know.
Oh, but so my hemoglobin was really low, and I had a bunch of iron transfusions. So Bill decided to bring me up here just like to hang out or just to relax. I guess that really wasn't a good idea when you're ruinable and you come to the conjuring house. So I was sitting on the bar and I actually fell asleep because when you have low hemoglobin, you're really tired. I fell asleep in the barn and I woke up to this 400-pound man banging on the ceiling. Like something like it was like crumpets running on the ceiling. And I just stood there and I couldn't even grab my phone fast enough. And I wasn't sure what the hell was going on because it kind of scared me because I fell asleep. So basically Bill came in a couple minutes later. He goes, what is that? I'm like, I don't know. There's something on the roof. He goes, maybe it's a chicken, like a 400-pound chicken. How did the chicken get up there? The barn is huge and it's so high. No way a chicken. We ran out and there was nothing on top of the roof. But a lot of crazy shit happens in that roof, or in that barn. Like the one guy that used to be on my team, he had an entity like fly around him and he couldn't move. A lot of people say they have a weird. They say it's like the heart of the place. So we got a lot of cool stuff. There was a guy in the movies that there was it basically makes a lot of sense. No, I don't know what that means. Oh yeah, they definitely mess with your health. They drain you. That's why I had all these tests and tests and tests. And they could not find where I was bleeding from. And as soon as I put the dolls out in the shed, my house completely, it went up. Not a lot, but it went up more than it ever did, even with all the blood I had. So then we knew it was the dolls. I kept them out there for a while. Then I felt bad, and I brought them in the house. And I said, listen, if you stay here and leave me alone and stop, attacking me, you can stay in there. If you do it again, out in the shed you go. So they were good for a while, and that's when COVID hit, and we were doing lives in the house with them because couldn't do anything, couldn't go anywhere. So, but that's how it all started. Oh, I don't remember that part. I don't have I can't go in the barn because they usually open the barn for you, and the new owner's not here. I don't think she'll let anybody go in the barn right now. Yeah, there's a bunch of like bird droppings and stuff. She might be afraid that we get sick. I know Corey and Jen say you have to watch out because there's a lot of bat droppings in there. And look, I guess because we're not talking about it, it's going to stop talking. Corey's not here. Can't go, it's locked. Can't get in there. It's a huge barn, first of all. It's huge. And I wouldn't want to just try to break in there anyway. Be me. That's just not right. Huh, that's weird. I don't think we got possessed by the doll. I mean, we had, like, it was attacking us, making us nasty, but we were never under oppression, ever. But I guess because our faith in God is a little different than most people's, so I think that's the reason why it saved us. Mm-hmm. I can't believe you're just making that little thing go off instead of making that doll move. I'm really disappointed in you.
What?
Yeah, I was just telling them it's really disappointing that you can't do that. We bonded the doll into a case, kind of like the Annabelle case. So we had to make it, put the oil around it, bake it in the sun 3 times. So how the Annabelle case is, that's how we made ours. So the people from the Warrens actually gave us instructions on how to make it. And the demonologist came to bless the doll and bond it to the case. That's why nobody's allowed to come in my house. Nobody.
I'm in the room at least.
Huh, hun?
At least not in the room.
Yeah. I mean, my friend will come over. I did have 2 of my friends who are investigators come. I just want them to feel the entities in there and how heavy it is. And I didn't say nothing to them. I just recorded them walking in there, and their like reaction was like, "Whoa." That's weird, Nikki. See, I watched the Ghost Adventures was here a month before I came up here. I wasn't allowed to post anything for like 3 or 4 months until it came on Halloween night. After Halloween, they were done their contract and I could post stuff. Most of their stuff that they got, I could debunk because I know where the wires are in here and stuff like that. The light thing, that was the light flickering. That was real. Is that all you would do? Is barely touch that thing? Come on, dude. It's getting old now. It's getting real old. Oh my God, the chair is moving. Somebody said that and I looked at it and it really is moving. I can't see it. I just moved the thing. That chair is actually shaking. Where's the flashlight? That's not it. Try to turn the flashlight so you can see it. Oh, so I turn the flashlight and you're going to stop, right? Really? You stop. You're not even rocking it anymore. Wait, I turn the light on and you stop? Yes. Come make that rocking chair move again. It said no. I did see it move. I could see it on. It's not moving when I turn the light on, but when it's dark, I could see it moving. I said die. Night, do it. What the hell is that? It just sounds like go F yourself. Sure. What? I know. Okay, stop playing with that thing. Oh, I tell ya, I'm just reading. That was the. I think Bill wants to go to bed. You guys have a Ouija board? Do I mess with a Ouija board? I have them. I don't. It's not that I'm scared of them. I just was grown up that we don't touch them. And some people don't know how to use them, and it can be bad when it comes to like not knowing what to do with them. But it could be anything. Like me having that doll sitting there, it can get an attachment from, just not like a Ouija board. So anything can get an attachment to it. So, I mean, yeah, can a spirit come and talk to you? Yes. Can a spirit come use your hands to move the yes. But so is me putting any kind of instruments, phones, anything. They can attach themselves to anything. I mean, also, they can say that they're that entity too. Doesn't mean that they are. Did you change the doll's dress? What doll? I told you, like, nighttime would be better. It just always is. So now probably in the next half hour it's kind of going to settle down. Yeah, they love to lie. They're not going to tell you what they are. That's the whole purpose. The one from the haunting, we couldn't get anything out of. The medium, all these mediums read that doll, and that's all they saw was black. And then Scott read it. He's seen right through it, but it was affecting Scott. It made a lot of people sick. You can give it power and inviting it. That's what it does. When you buy something that has an entity in it, which somebody would have to put a demonic into that doll, okay, or an object. So when they put it in, you have to buy it, accept it, bring it into your life. Or again, like if you're using a Ouija board, you say, hey, listen, I want so and so to come into this board. You just almost summons a demon into that board. And that board, wherever it goes, is going to be active, the house, and that demon is going to come out and try to attach to the weakest link and go after all your family until somebody gives in and says, take me instead. That's how it works. We all have free will. Lily Mae, I didn't change the dress. Gretchen, I did. Gretchen actually had a green dress, like greenish blue, but the grandson was like burning her and was burning her dress. So somebody gave me one. I just put it on her. I just pray before I get in the car. I tell it it cannot come with me. Like, if you heard me down the basement, you can come near me, you just don't touch me. Like, you can use frankincense. Sometimes I've gone home and I smell the cigarette smoke, especially coming from Pennhurst. I would always smell shit. It's weird. When something follows me home, it only lasts 3 days. I always call it the 3-day rule. It's there for 3 days. Open some stuff, you hear stuff, you see shadows, whatever. And within 3 days, it's gone. It's like, I don't know, it's just weird. It's like it goes back to where it came from, or I have a very boring life. So maybe that's why it leaves in 3 days. But I always notice after 3 days, it's gone. You can't destroy it. So what happens is you have that, just say there's an entity into that doll, and you go to burn it, you just release that sucker into the world, and then it can go to something else. So when it's in there, it's at least you have some way of containing it. So that's the only thing. Lavender oil that I know of would never work on that. So Gretchen's not dangerous. Gretchen is a mother who lost her daughter at age 4, and that doll, Gretchen, technically the doll, was her daughter's, and Mary kept it with her everywhere she went, and actually wanted to be buried with it, and you could see they didn't fulfill that wish for her. Yeah, I really believe that she protects me. I really do. Yep, I tell people all the time, it's my faith that's why. Do exorcism work for possessed items, I'm guessing? I wouldn't say, see, we don't do the exorcism, we kind of like bind them to a case, like a house, you could do an exorcism, a person, you can do it, but we never just did an object. I mean, maybe somebody else has. We just haven't. Oh, it's 2:30. So now it is 5:30 here. So I told her anywhere from 4 to 6 o'clock. And look, nothing. And it's still got batteries. I can still see the light at the bottom telling me it's on. Why do spirits go through dolls? They go through dolls because they look like they're human. That's why. They're the closest thing to being a human again. And then children will play with them. So, of course, they bring them back in life. They sit there and have toys, like, tea time, stuff like that. But that's why the occult puts demonic into dolls. It's dolls, it is rings and jewelry. And there's another one. What's the other one? Oh, there's one more. But it's definitely dolls and jewelry. People don't realize. It was cranky. And look, as quiet as can be. I don't know if spirits stop after. If the place is haunted, it's going to be haunted day or night. But then again, sometimes, the energy is more stronger in certain times of the day. It all depends on the entity. I said, I tell everybody all the time, this one's here. I'm not going to go back down to the basement, no offense, because Bill's going to bed and I won't go down there by myself with this thing being pissed off as it is. No, Gretchen's not dangerous. She's a good one. I mean, people can feel her, like, energy, but yeah, she's not bad. It's Lily who's the bad one. And Mr. Jingles is the other one. That's what this ghost box that I got in October. I have a demonic Bible that was from a house that the guy bought in Salem, that he was actually under oppression, and so was his wife. What's the other one? And I have a doll named Mary Lou, which I don't know what she is, but I had really bad odors in my room, the paranormal room, a week and a half after I got her, and then start noticing flies that same time. But it's funny, as soon as I got Mr. Jingles, that night I took him out of the box, there was 2 flies like hovering around his feet. I'm like, oh, here we go again. Do I use mirrors, like scrying mirrors? Flies is any kind of infestation. So she wasn't with Gretchen. She was just in the house because I had Lily. So if it's demonic, they'll have an infestation of mice, flies, bees. It could be all different things. But it's an infestation of something. So that's what they manifest. So when I start seeing flies, I know something's not good. So as soon as I got Mr. Jingles, as soon as I took his ass out of the box, 2 flies were by his feet. I'm like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Like, I literally just bought this thing home, got a severe migraine, and had to sit there and figure out why, I had started getting flies in my house. We don't think it's stuck to the house. We think it's stuck to the land. She's stuck to the land. But so scrying mirrors, I have them. My friend actually makes them. So I bought one last year and just hung it up in my room. And one day I was taking a picture of it because I wanted to put it on like Instagram and stuff for her. And I caught a black entity in the fucking back corner. But again, Gretchen was sitting on that chair, so I don't know if it was Gretchen entity coming out of the wall or somebody's energy was coming out of that wall. But Chris, you can see the big black mess in it. Yeah, so I guess it stopped playing with the doll. So, again, you guys have to follow me. So, and I was also doing this thing. I don't know, I have dolls that people have given me that I've worked with. Like, I work at home. Like, I work a full-time job until 6:30 at night in the medical field. Come home. If I'm not working with a client, I am actually investigating items in my home. I do it in my kitchen. So people send me stuff and I investigate them to see if they truly are haunted, if their claims are real. And then I put them up in the paranormal room and see if those claims are real. So I have a couple just sitting around. So it's funny because 2 people yesterday subscribed to me and I said, because I was on a live and they did it because, TikTok makes us do certain things depending on your numbers. And so they subscribed to me. I said, oh, thank you guys, and blah, 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 because I didn't really know what it was, or like, you know, if I know TikTok is making us do that now, or having it on our wall. And I said, well, you know what? If we get 20 people, I said, I'll auction off one, or not auction off, but some people get one of the dolls. I'll put all your names in a hat. I'll pick it out on a live, and whoever that person is, they'll get a doll. And if they don't want the doll, you know, I'll give them a t-shirt, but then somebody else will get the doll. And let me tell you, everybody's like, oh my God, I want a doll, I want a doll. I'm like, hey, listen, I'm not saying it's haunted. I'm just saying people giving it to me because they said it's haunted, and I worked with them, and nothing really came out of it. But if you want a doll that was in our room, in our museum. So these two girls were stoked yesterday when I was telling them that. Because like I said, TikTok makes us do weird stuff. I don't know why. Yeah, that's what I said. I'm like, you know what? Like, not everybody's going to want it. Like, believe me, I have people all the time messaging me say they would buy a doll. I said, dude, I'm not selling them to you because I don't sell them. But, you know, if it's a doll that I don't think there's nothing wrong with it, you know, yeah, I'll give it away, you know. But then again, you know, it's in a room with a bunch of haunted dolls. So, Square used to use photography camera. Let's see. But you have something in your house. Is that what you're trying to say, Ohio? You've been burning, nothing's happening. I'm trying to read these. Can anyone tell me if I missed Buzzy's live, please? I don't know who that is. I don't want a doll. I didn't repaint Gretchen. What does it mean when you can hear it? You're seeing, like, I don't know, people that would do scrying, they'll just sit there and they'll meditate, I guess. So it's kind of like you could do it in water. You could do any kind of reflection, you can do it. I don't know what it means when it's not your own, but I know sometimes you will see something that's not there, or another face, and that's usually the entity just coming through. No, my grandson never got hurt. He never got hurt. He just wouldn't go near that room. He still will not go near that room. And it's funny because sometimes like, they moved. Like, they don't live near us anymore. They moved 5 hours away. Not because of the dolls, just because they moved. But, yeah, when he used to come over, he would be like, no Mimi, no Mimi. And I'm like, okay, honey, you know, you don't have to get in the room. Because I used to do a bunch of crafts, and he used to go in that room with me. He won't go in anymore. But every once in a while, I'll have the dolls sitting on, like, the steps to go upstairs if I take him somewhere. And he'll walk in, he'll run away. He won't go near them. He won't go near them at all. I am. About 6 inches. I'm going to throw her in my... Let me see. I throw her in your closet. No, I haven't been to the Clown Hotel yet. No. They say it's haunted. You know, I just tell people put it in glass. If you think it's haunted, put it in like either plexiglass or glass to see. That's what I tell people. And usually it'll settle down if you put it, if you can kind of contain it. Worst experience ever having ghost hunting? I don't don't know. I really didn't have a bad experience. I just know when I worked at Penn, I saw a full body apparition of a child look like the Ring with their hair falling down in her face. That scared me because I was the only one on the property. I was in a building that had no power, so no lights. I had to walk through there. I had to work all night. Oh, thank you, Pauline. Oh, did the Utah thing? Oh, really? Huh. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know where it is, but I know it's not close to me at all. Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you. See, Gary, I used to work in the hospital. I don't work in a hospital anymore. So I worked at a lockdown dementia unit at a nursing home first. Then I couldn't deal with the people that worked there. They were very mean to the patients, and I saw a lot of shit, like doors opening, closing, because they were dementia. So when they died, they didn't know they're dead. So there was a lot of crazy stuff there. Then I went to a hospital working in rehab, and that wasn't good. There were a lot of pain and all this crazy stuff, and there's a few deaths, but not a lot. Then I became an EMT. Oh, that was just a mess, because where I would work, you're talking a really bad part of the area. So like, you're talking like gunshots to the head. It was insane. Couldn't deal with that death because it was just like I was coming home with it. Then I worked at a cancer hospital on ICU unit. That was bad. That's probably why I got the job, because nobody wanted it on night shift. So I'm talking like you would have patients for months on end, and they were there just to die. So when they were dying, you also had their family there, and every single patient I lost, it was like, I don't know, took a piece with me. My husband's like, you can't do this anymore. So now I work at an eye doctor. There's no death, there's no nothing. I just couldn't, I don't know. It's funny because I deal with this and it's death, but when you see the family going through hell and the patient's not wanting to die and they want to stay to see their kids grow up or whatever, it's very heartbreaking. And people don't want to hear, hey, listen, we're energy, we're going to come back. They don't want to hear that. They want to touch, feel, and whatever, be on this earth. Hospitals are very haunted. People don't realize that. All the death that they have there, and some people don't know they're dead. Like when I had my hemoglobin real low and I had to stay in a hospital for like 4 or 5 days during COVID, I made my husband bring me a REM pod, a cat ball. Oh, I made him big shit up. I didn't care because I know, hospitals were haunted. I worked there. Yeah, because they don't know they're dead. They don't. Even nursing homes, especially lockdown dementia units or psych wards. Yeah, there really is a thing when people say like Waverly Hills, which was a tuberculosis unit. They did a lot of crazy operations just to see if they can cure them, and they end up dying horrible deaths. And same thing with asylums. They were doing all these experimental surgeries to the brain or eyes, and they would just be dying constantly, or they would kill each other. It's insane. Like, those places really are active because the energy that they left behind or still behind. Same thing with prisons. That's when that ghost said he's prison, this and that, he's black, blah, blah, blah. He's, got a black soul, I guess you would say. And I'm thinking, there's no way in hell you went to prison. Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you. Do I investigate those things? Yeah, I do. And always if I do them, well, first of all, I like to come to these places besides regular homes. Because that session we just had, that was insane. He couldn't hear me, and it just proves there is something here. And again, it proves the time that I've been telling people all night it happens. And look, it stopped. And it told me it was going to come home good to my Gretchen. And it said it was going to go to the doll that I got in October. I mean, how, but I'll let you guys know if anything does happen. See, ghosts have free will. So if I go to a home and you say, listen, I have something in my home, I want it out, I can't physically make that spirit leave. They have free will. I can make it leave for a day or two. I can't make it leave forever because they can come back whenever they want. So, I mean, technically, we can't make spirits leave. And some of them get lost. Some of them don't know they're dead, or some of them are afraid to go to the light because they're afraid they're going to be judged on what their life they did. So there's a lot of things to it. And some just like to be around here and see what we do, and they don't want to go back and forth. Yeah, exactly. And the stuff I was saying to it, and you know, as soon as I start getting nasty with it, it started cursing at me. Right there, you can tell, because I could have kept on going about Gretchen or this or that, but no, I went right to it and said, you know, and calling it names. Because something kept on saying, when I was down in the basement, something kept on calling somebody the P word. And I don't know who, because obviously I just keep on hearing P, P, P. So I was saying it, and I asked Bill who was talking about it. He goes, I don't remember. I said, okay, well, I'll just go back and watch the live. It's not a big deal. But then tonight I was getting pissed off because I'm asking the questions, I'm in control. And this thing doesn't like anybody to be in control. And look, you can still see that light is still on, and nothing. It stopped playing with it, it's gone. And again, it's almost 6 o'clock. Yeah, exactly. See, I don't know how they move on. I just think after a while, I guess they may say they're ready. The light, the beam comes down, or sometimes mediums can, set them over. Yeah, I think, see, Bill doesn't really, like, understand, like, knowing Bill, he probably said, like, 1 or 2 questions within, like, 30 minutes. Or me, I'm like, I just keep going. I just keep going. My aunt says, please don't come at the end of my bed. Yeah, stuff, because when we first, like, die, when we're on our deathbed, our loved ones stand there and wait for us to help us over. So that does happen. When my mom passed away of pancreatic cancer, all of a sudden she started screaming my dad's name. My dad's been dead for 20 years. So she saw him, and then I started crying because I knew it was the end. And working in a cancer hospital and also as an EMT, almost every single patient stared at a corner or said, why is my family here? Why is my dead family here? And they all said it. They all said it. Okay. Bill went to bed. He's next door. He actually opened the door and said, you need to go to bed because we have to be out of here by 8. And it's 6. So I'm probably going to get an hour nap and then get up and get all my equipment all ready and get packed up and get out of here. Yeah, they look up. I'm telling you, I've watched so many people die. So many. And, like, I feel bad that they're dying at such a young age, and most of them don't want to go. But yeah, they would all look up. If they were conscious, they would look up. But usually we could tell right before they die that they're doing it, because they would talk to people in a corner or this and that. They would put the call bell on and say, there's somebody in my room. I think it's my mom. And they would just say weird stuff like that. Like I said, I've been doing this for so long. I just turned 47. And my first, well, technically, when I was a child, we used to live right across from a cemetery. And So I used to see stuff when I was a child, and I was scared to death of it, scared of it. And then we moved up to where the house I'm in now. My mom and dad bought that house, and I would hear things up and down the steps all the time, and just crazy. And then all of a sudden, it's really, really weird. But I swear, God works in weird ways. But I swear He did this to prepare me for what I'm doing now. But like I would have this like thoughts of demons, and they're trying to take my soul, and I would wake up in the middle of the night and see a demon's face in my face and be scared. And I was like 16, and I would literally go to sleep on my mom's side of her bed, and she would get up and step on me every morning. And she finally says, "Why are you on the side of my bed every night?" And I finally told her, I said, "A devil or a demon is trying to take my soul. I'm scared to death. It wakes me up every night. I can't think about it. I'm scared to death." So then, like, we already went to church, but we talked to the pastor and this and that. So I got really involved in my church. So that was 16. So at 19, I got married. I got a house, my first house. I was married before Bill, and we got our first house, and I was worried it would be haunted, and I was scared to death. Well, what do you know? It was haunted, and it was in this area that was demonic. Like it was an occult area, which was a really historical area. And within 3 weeks, this entity picked up my, son and threw him across the room. And he used to talk to this thing all the time too, which kind of scared me. So that's how I really got into it. So I just feel like as the years go on, the cases would get worse. And I would, like I said, I would never own anything that's haunted. Before I bought Gretchen and Lily, and that's how it started. And ever since then, it was just like a domino effect. Another one. People are calling me, "Hey, listen, you need to take this doll. Hey, listen, I have this. You have to take this." I bought this thinking, it would be cool to have a haunted doll. I needed it out of my home. So, so my whole life, that's all I've been doing is dealing with spirits. And I'm not really scared of them because I know God will help me. Yeah, you do definitely see that. The Ghost Junkie, you definitely see that. And it's scary. Like when you see them die or whatever, I remember when I worked at the nursing home, there was this one lady, she was very mean, but she had ovarian cancer. No, it was a uterine cancer. And she was bleeding all the time. And the smell, if you ever been around a cancer patient who's dying of cancer, they have this odor to them. It's the cancer. And she had that smell. And I remember just laying in bed, and she was dying. Laying in bed, sitting next to her bed when she was dying. And she was miserable. Didn't want anybody there. Didn't have any family. And I stayed there with her the whole time. Well, what do you know? As soon as she passed, I got up and I was about to go clean her. And all of a sudden, the alarm went off to the front door. Because, again, it's a lockdown dementia unit. Yeah, the door opened up and she was free. She left. She walked out. And all the nurses just sat there and looked like, did that door just open? Like, yeah, she left. So it was crazy. That my son, the oldest one, Paul, yes, he does. He will not talk about it. He does not like the paranormal. He will, when we were on a haunting, he works this big, huge company. He's like almost a CEO, and he's 26 years old. And he said, yeah, I saw this family in Bucks County that haunted dolls. They kind of look like your parents. Are they your parents? He goes, nope, don't know them. He wants nothing to do with the paranormal at all. At all. Scared to death of it. This entity called himself Marky. So you can't even bring that up to him. So can't even bring it up to him. He won't even talk about it. Now my middle daughter Vicky, I used to take her to Eastern State Penitentiary, and we used to walk around, take like the old school videos, pictures, stuff like that. That's what we used to do, and we did it all the time. And and one time she heard a voice, and I have a picture of her when she heard that voice. Her eyes were all big, like, oh shit, what was that? And then I have twins that are 2 years younger than Vicky, and they're not into it at all. They want nothing to do with it. What other teams? There's a, I don't know. There's like I go with a bunch, but they're usually like New Jersey. They're, you know, I wouldn't say they're teams. I know like there's an EVP New Jersey. I work with a lot. Most of them in the Cliftons, if they're in PA, they have a Hornet Theater. But usually there are people that have one or two. Like there's like their own group. They're just investigators. So we'll hang out a lot. We'll do a lot with them because it's just me and Bill. Because I had a team and I literally, it wasn't working at all. So I just let them all go. Okay, guys, I am going to get off before he starts. Like I wake him up, he gets upset with me. But yeah. So I will copy this somehow and put this up, and maybe clips. I don't know how I'll put it up in clips on TikTok, but I definitely Facebook. My fiance was shot and killed. Saw him standing at the end of my bed to tell me he died that night. Oh wow, I am sorry. Yeah, I believe they do that. He probably wanted to let you know that he was okay. My mom used to see every time somebody passed away, my mom would see him at the end of the, like my mom was very, very sensitive. But she would see spirits all the time. And mediums tell me I have it, but I blocked it because I was so scared of it when I was young. I didn't want nothing to do with it. It's kind of, I guess once you block it, sometimes it's hard to open it up. You know, open it back up. What's your Facebook? The Facebook, if you search, because there's two Penn Paranormals, one's us and this other person. I asked them to take it down because they don't even use it anymore, but they won't. But if you see that little black and white logo with a ghost on it, that's ours. But if you just put Penn, PENN, PS, it's because Penn Paranormal Society. So if you just put those two PS at the end, it will come up. You'll see the white logo on there, the white little ghost. And this way, because that I can put on TikTok. I can put that on Facebook. Yeah, that's it. If you go to my link has them all. Just because it's confusing because that other person has it. The other person I think has the name together. I have it separately. But I asked them if they could just remove it. Like, why do you need it? You haven't been on it for like years. But they never answered me. Yeah, I just heard him cough. Yeah, no, I'm going to get an hour's sleep because I have to get up at 7 to literally pack everything up. But I can't sleep here anyway. And knowing this bitch, she's going to throw something at us. I know it. I'm actually going to have this phone because it's got like half a battery. I'm going to have it because I don't have to sleep an hour. I'm going to have it facing that ball because it wouldn't surprise me if she tried to throw that ball again tonight. It would not surprise me one bit. Yeah, it's a black and white ghost photo with red lettering. So, okay guys, I'm going to go to bed because I don't want to get mad at me because we do have a 7-hour drive tomorrow to go home. But thank you guys. I'm so glad you guys stayed on and watched this because I knew it was going to be bad. Like, not bad, but I knew it was going to be good at those times. It always is. It just always is. You just, when you go to a place that you know so much, you just know, you know. So, okay, guys, you guys have a good night, okay? And I don't know when I'll be back on. I might just do a live at our house once, but we do go to Costa Rica in a few weeks. Actually, it's right after Thanksgiving, so it's December 2nd and 3rd. I will be at Costa Rica for their. We are actually the header for their Paracon, so we'll be the header of them. Like, you know, the header meaning we're the top people, and then there's people like, you know, that are just, you know, featured. So they're flying us to Costa Rica for the first ever Paracon in Costa Rica and in Latin America. And then after we do them, then we're going to investigate some places. So I want to try to go live. I don't know how the internet's going to be over there, but so that's going to be kind of cool. Like, you know, nobody gets to go to a different country and get the ghost, you know, hunt for free. And then we'll be on Destination Fear in January, both me and Bill. So I think on January 8th at Menard County, and Bill, I think, is the last one for Norwich, which is in Massachusetts. So Oh, thank you for watching, guys. Thank you so much. I'm glad that it got pissed off at me. You can see how crazy that shit was. And look, the light's still on. The light's still on. I can see this light and it hasn't gone off. So it's not up here. It left. It gave up. And I knew it was going to give up. It's not strong. If it was strong, if it was really bad, it would have thrown that doll. I know it would have. It would have thrown a doll. If it can throw that ball in the other room, it can throw that doll or move it. And it didn't. It just tried to scare us and it didn't work. And they can read our brain. They can read our thoughts. They know what we're thinking. So they knew what I have at home. They know what I do. And it was just trying to scare me and it didn't work. So yeah, I won, definitely. Now, I mean, they might throw the ball at my head tonight or something like that. I don't know, but you know, they might have a little, you know, a little thing right there, but I'll have the video to show it. So technically I won then. Okay, guys, have a good night, and I will talk to you guys another time, okay? Thank you again for watching. I don't know if it's going to let me go off. It's not showing me to click off. It's probably going to make me stay on all night. Oh, come on. Sorry, guys. TikTok is so hard for me to function. Facebook is so much easier. Oh, you know why? Because I'm sorry. I had the comments big so I can read them. That's why. Okay, guys, I found it. Good night. Have a good night.